move ahead right now because we track the big story which came in yesterday. There's a huge diplomatic face-off and row between India and Canada which unfolded. It escalated late Monday night with New Delhi recalling a stop envoy to Ottawa and expelling 6 Indian Canadian diplomats from the country. Take a look at this report for more.
The diplomatic showdown between India and Canada escalated on Monday. Government of India expelled 6 top Canadian diplomats and asked them to leave before Saturday. Canadian Acting High Commissioner, Deputy High Commissioner, along with 4 secretaries have been expelled. The Canadian Acting High Commissioner in New Delhi was summoned by the Ministry of External Affairs on Monday. After being summoned to the MEA, here the defiant Canadian diplomat went on to repeat the baseless allegations with no evidence in sight. Listen in.
The Government of Canada has done what India has long been asking for. Canada has provided credible, irrefutable evidence of ties between agents of the Government of India and a murder of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil. Now it is time for India to live up to what it said it would do and look into those allegations. It is in the interest of both our countries and the peoples of our countries to get to the bottom of this. Canada stands ready to cooperate with India.
Indian High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma was also recalled from Canada by Government of India. Government also recalled other targeted diplomats and officials from Canada. It all started after Ottawa named the Indian High Commissioner in Canada as a person of interest in its investigation into Niger's killing, and the MEA was having none of it.
In its strongest position yet, India has personally named and shamed Justin Trudeau for his open hostility towards India, because of which his government has indulged with anti-India Khalistani elements from Canadian soil. In fact, the statement goes on to narrate how over the last few years we have seen the Canadian governments even fast-tracking citizenship requests of these elements, these fugitives of law, because they have indulged in activities which compromise India's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Later, India also summoned the Charge d'Affaires of Canada to New Delhi and issued the démarche in which Canada was clearly told that many of their members of the diplomatic team here are indulging in activities which are incompatible with their diplomatic status, which means that maybe they are doing things which compromise India's national security.
Royal Canadian Mounted Police also accused India of targeting pro-Khalistani elements in Canada.
So yes, I mean, it is targeting the South Asian community, but what we've seen is there's specific targeting of pro-Khalistan elements in Canada. From an RCMP perspective, is the use of organized crime elements. And I will say and it's been publicly attributed and claimed by one organized crime group in particular, which is the Bishnor group. So that's what we're seeing here in Canada. And we believe that that group is connected to agents of the Government of India.
As India, in the most fair manner, calls out Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau for the first time in its response by name, the biggest question is, are Trudeau's actions a result of his dwindling strength in the House of Commons as allies abandon him ahead of the elections?
All right, we're getting some breaking updates coming in. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has expelled India's High Commissioner and 5 diplomats after police uncovered evidence linking them to a targeted campaign against Canadian citizens, including the June 2023 assassination of Sikh activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Trudeau condemned the involvement of a foreign government in threatening and killing Canadians on their own soil, saying Canada would not tolerate such actions. The escalating dispute has intensified as Canada identifies the 6 Indian diplomats as persons of interest in the case. We saw a lot of escalation yesterday, a sharp escalation, India-Canada row, reaching a new height after we saw that India has ordered the expulsion of 6 Canadian diplomats while announcing its decision to withdraw its High Commissioner and other diplomats in Canada I just want to go ahead, viewers, and play out what Justin Trudeau had to say a short while back.
None of us want to be in this situation. This is not a choice that Canada made to create a chill in Canada-India relations. India is an important democracy, is a country with which we have deep historical people-to-people business ties at a time where the instability around geopolitics mean democracies have to stick together. That is why when we started to understand through intelligence agencies that India was possibly, if not probably, behind Nijjar's killing, the killing of a Canadian on Canadian soil last summer, our first choice, our first actions were to reach out, yes, to our Five Eyes partners, but also to the government of India, to say, we know this has happened. Work with us to fix this. We don't want to be having this fight, but obviously the killing of a Canadian on Canadian soil is not something that we can ignore as a country. So every step of the way, we have apprised India of what we know. I've spoken directly with Prime Minister Modi. We have engaged with intelligence counterparts. And unfortunately, every